Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you. We are in the lobby, as we typically are, as we tape on a Tuesday morning in Downtown Lancaster at Fairfield Federal. And we certainly want to mention that, I don't know if they have too many things up indicating that, but it's 130 years for Fairfield Federal, so a big time anniversary going on right here. So they are celebrating that this entire year, which we're coming to a close here before long, but it's been the entire year, 130 years for Fairfield Federal. We want to open the show today with a time frame much less than that. 6 months ago, a small business, and small business is what we like to talk about on the show, because I think in Lancaster, and certainly in the downtown area here, small business is what drives the downtown. They have lots of businesses down here. Most of them are just small mom and pop family owned businesses. We want to talk about one of them today. About 6 months ago, business opened up, a bakery and a coffee shop with tons of other things in there opened up, called Sweet Betty's. And in just that 6 months, it's become kind of a major player downtown. I thought, well, we ought to talk to these folks and see what's going on. So it's a pleasure today to have with us the owner of Sweet Betty's, Danielle Shick. Danielle, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
Thanks for coming in. 6 months, Sweet Betty's has been open now. It seemed longer. I'm sure it seemed longer at times to you. But now as you look back on these first 6 months of having a brick-and-mortar store, 117 South Columbus Street is the location. But as you think back on this first 6 months, would you say it's what you expected, more or less, probably some in both areas?
More than I expected.
Yeah. You have unusual hours. I think they're unusual hours. You open it for the most part every day around 6 in the morning.
Correct.
That's early.
That's what time we open the doors.
Yeah.
So we start hours before that.
Yes, that's not the time they don't walk in, open the doors and say, here we are. They get in before that. And your hours are what? Tuesday through Friday 6 to 3, and then Saturday
normally 8 to 2.
8 to 2, and then Sunday and Monday they're closed. So let's talk about it. You are, I termed it a bakery and a coffee shop. Is that appropriate to say all that? I know you do tons of other things down there besides that. Yeah, okay. But you become, I think, in my humble estimation, kind of a major player in just 6 months downtown. You were brand new into the world of downtown business. You took that on, and every day I'm sure you get new people in daily, and you get returning customers daily. Probably chatting with the people when they come in. I would say you probably enjoy that.
I do.
Yeah. Probably a lot of fun then. Now you're involved with this with your daughter, Bailey.
Yes.
And she's there with you, and you have other folks obviously working. So here we are this time of year. I know out front you have like they do here at Fairfield Federal. You have your scarecrow out for the scarecrow. I forget what's it called?
Trail of Scarecrows.
Trail of Scarecrows. Yes, we've had them on talking about that, and there are so many great ones down there. You have a cute one. They have a cute ones here too. So you're involved in the community. You're involved in Destination Downtown, which is kind of a big part of what you do. And I think one of the things that I think you and your business does such a good job at is being creative. You're always changing your menu up. You have every month, almost every week, you have featured items. I suppose that's a challenge to keep fresh.
Yes. So each week we do a new feature. We do a flavor of the week for our coffee, and then we usually pair it with our desserts.
What are some of the things that people would typically find down there? I know as far as my own concern is, to die for are your cinnamon rolls. They are wonderful, but I know you have way more than that.
So staples that we always have are cinnamon rolls, muffins, usually some sort of cookies, dessert cups, and then breakfast sandwiches, lunch. We're going to add some warm seasonal options.
Cider time now.
Yes.
Yep. So makes a difference, I guess, when you move into the cooler months. You'll be now, although this will be your first winter down there in the brick-and-mortar building, I suppose you're already anticipating having some warmer items. And I know you have sandwiches down there too. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah.
You have breakfast sandwiches down there too. Cider, you have that going on. Lots of good things down there. Now, what a lot of people may not know, and I think it's worth talking about, is how in the world did you come up with the name? Your name's Danielle. It's not Sweet Danielle's. It's Sweet Betty's. So what's that all about?
Sweet Betty's was born when I bought a funnel cake trailer. We actually had a contest to name it, and we didn't pick any of the names. I was driving home, and I said, we made this way too hard. I said, I think we should just call the trailer Sweet Betty's. So out of that, a brick and mortar was born.
So I think it's worth, again, continuing with this story. What's the deal with Sweet Betty's? Why was that chosen?
My grandmother's name was Betty. Sweetest person that I've ever known. And she would love this.
I bet she would. And she's gone now, of course, but I think it's a great honor to her and your family to name that after your grandma. So I know a lot of people are going, Sweet Betty's, oh yeah, that's that bakery, but I think it's worth knowing how that got the name down there. Now you mentioned too, you have a funnel cake trailer. Recently, a few weeks ago, you came out of the fair. You were there every day. I would guess that that's a challenge in its own right, a different kind of challenge maybe from the brick and mortar building.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very long, hard days.
Yeah, not many of them in terms of, but it seems like many of them. What is it, like a Sunday through Saturday? This is a week?
Yes, 7.
Yeah, Sunday. So, open and to close, that's a challenge for us. Again, it's a small business, and I think all of us understand these days how help is an issue, although you have a lot of family and friends working in yours, so that's an advantage. But it's challenging anymore, and I'm sure you see that in any other business you go into. Help is difficult right now.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very staffing challenged.
Yeah. Well, it's good on you that you're able to kind of keep things moving down there. So we've established at Sweet Betty's. You've been here 6 months. Could you look at anything and say that's been your biggest challenge in the first 6 months? Every morning at 6 o'clock, I'm sure that's a challenge each and every day. But is it just your hours? Is there anything you wish you could do, should have done, could have done?
We underestimated the support. So we underestimated the support. There's a huge need for good food. So we're constantly coming up with something new.
And I know you do a lot of, like we talked about, the breakfast things you have. When you open at 6, you have all the kind of sweet items, bakery items down there. But you have a lot of, and I don't know the lingo for a lot of this, and I'm sure you do. You can help me. Things like for lunch, like charcuterie boards or charcuterie to-go things down there. Salad kind of items with lettuce and things in them.
Yes,
you have a lot of things there.
We make chicken salad, wraps. We have a pita hummus vegetable box, so vegetarian option.
In the world anymore, we were just talking before we went on about no sugar kind of items. There's always a place in the...
We do gluten-free.
Yeah, gluten-free, that's kind of the buzzword in the world of food. I know 5 years ago, you almost never would have heard that, or 10 years ago, but now if a place doesn't have something like that, they're going and I know people are always asking you, do you have gluten-free? That's a frequent question. So you're getting more and more of that probably.
Yes.
I would say for you, being the owner of the business, chatting with the customers when they come in, although that's limited because you're a business, you got to keep things moving, but you find that fun to talk to all the people that come in, and like I say, every day you probably get new people, you get returning people that become your friends because they come here every day. You find that challenging or exciting to talk to people?
That's the best part of our day, is being part of somebody's day.
Yeah.
So we're usually the good part, the sweet part.
Yeah, Sweet Betty part. And I know you do things like if a business wants a carry-out order, it can call you. Well, what's your phone number down there if somebody wants to call?
740-215-0295.
Okay. And so it's, as we mentioned, Sweet Betty's. Well, it's been 6 months. My guess is you're in line for another 6 months. You're taking that on to get to the new one. 117 South Columbus Street. I think you're right across from, as I think about it, right across from kind of the parking lot of the Mid-Off building. The Mid-Off building's on the corner. Behind it is their big parking lot, and you're right across from that, right on that alley. Now, do you have parking?
We do. We have a paved parking lot right beside us.
And a few on-street.
Yep, a few curbside.
And again, everything is, although you have a couple tables in there, pretty much everything is carry out along that line.
Right
Yeah.
now.
Congratulations on just really a cool local business.
Thank you.
Danielle Shick has been with us, owner of Sweet Betty's. Pleasure to have you on. Thanks for what you're doing for the downtown, and I know everybody will be there in hordes to get coffees and cinnamon rolls.
We'll be ready.
They'll have them ready for you. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Fairfield Federal, we believe true prosperity is shared. For 130 years, Fairfield Federal has invested in the community that built us. From supporting businesses that employ our neighbors, empowering the initiatives that strengthen our community, and serving generations of families, Fairfield Federal is proud to share this milestone of progress with our hometown. Fairfield Federal is your place for checking, savings, and home loans. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Did you know Fairfield DD provides coordination for over 1,200 people in Fairfield County? That's 1,200 unique journeys, each filled with talents, dreams, and challenges. And while no two paths are the same, one thing is true for everyone. Life is easier when you have the right support. That's why we're here. From early childhood milestones to school transitions, employment, and adulthood, Fairfield DD connects individuals and families with the resources they need every step of the way. When the right support is available, a vibrant community where people lead lives of greater independence and make meaningful contributions becomes possible. Learn more at fairfielddd.com and check us out on social media. Together, we're building a more inclusive Fairfield County.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. I want to thank Danielle Shick for being with us, sharing a pretty cool story of a local business getting started in the last 6 months. Sweet Betty, we appreciate her being on. And we're going to stay kind of the local thing we're talking about here. We've got an event, a third annual event coming up called a Senior Symposium. We'll find out what that is. We've got the young ladies on here to talk about that, to tell her what it is. To my immediate right, Anna Tobin, and she's with the Senior Hub, Meals on Wheels. Everything going good down there? You're still in business?
We're still in business. We're still cranking out the meals.
Big school you've got down there. You've got an enormous facility, and you're taking more room of that now. You're gaining.
We are. We have lots going on at the Senior Hub. We're expanding to our upper floor to expand the services and the community involvement.
A lot of
with our
people my age getting
organization.
older. We need
They
that.
are. Those
We
baby
need it.
boomers are coming on, and by
Right.
2030, the first time in the U.S. history, there's going to be more people over the age of 65.
I'll be in the
than under
majority?
18. You'll be in the majority.
I love that.
So we need to be ready for that.
Well,
Yep.
and I know you, and you will be. Also, on my extreme far right is Dawn Walker from Fairhope Hospice, marketing director out there. I guess I haven't seen you since the fair, and I would also mention, I'd be lax in mentioning that these young ladies, when we, and I would hope it's a fun event for you, but one of the most fun events I get to do every year is at the fair in the WLOH tent with Mark Bohack. And it's the 50-year married couples, and everybody in the tent is 50-year married couples. They are a hoot. I love chatting with them. And these young ladies get to hand out the nice prizes. They're affectionately called our Vanna Girls.
Yes.
Is that event that fun for you? Do you enjoy that?
I do. I love listening to the stories of the seniors and the questions that you ask, and I love it when the husbands know nothing about their grandchildren.
Especially
They
their
don't know how many
names.
they
Their
have.
names are how many?
You'll
It's
say,
awesome.
and what were your grandkids' names? You go, honey, what were they? That's always a funny moment. You're right. But it's great. They're natural. You've both done this for a lot of years. It's a fun event down
It
there.
is. It's one of my favorite days of the
Oh
year.
yeah, and we couldn't do it without the involvement of you, and I know Mark is very pleased to host that down there. But let's get on with this. We've got something coming up here. I guess it's the 3rd annual Senior Symposium that will be held at the Meals on Wheels building out there on Cedar Heights. And it's going to be on November 13th, a couple of weeks away. It'll start out 5 to 7 in the evening. Dawn, let's start with you. What is a Senior Symposium? I'm going to guess, my limited knowledge, has to do with older people.
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
So initially, we started this, the first year, we did it all in one evening, and it was focused just on the seniors and the caregivers, all in one lump sum. And what happened is we ran out of time.
Really?
We want to focus on all the services that we offer as a whole, as the group of the Older Adult Network, which is a program of the Meals on Wheels, and it is senior serving entities. We're a group that we meet every month at the Agricultural Center out on College Avenue.
By OUL.
OUL, yeah. And we wanted to really focus on what seniors need and help the caregivers. But in having this symposium a couple years ago when we started, we just ran out of time. And we found having it in the evening, there were a lot of seniors that couldn't make it because of the time and the darkness. So this year we wanted to focus on separating that, having caregivers in one evening and then the next morning with the seniors. So that's how we're kind of breaking it up this year. So November 13th from 5 to 7 at the Senior Hub Meals on Wheels, we're going to focus on the caregivers. And it's breakout sessions. So we'll have vendors set up with senior serving agencies such as Fairhope. The Senior Hub will be set up, of course, with their some of the programs that they offer and educational pieces that they offer. But then we'll have different breakout sessions such as COAAA, the True Alta training, Medicare Guide program, senior scams, Medicare Advantage, just different things that caregivers would be interested in to help with the seniors that they are
Now, do
caring for.
folks need reservations for this?
No,
Show up?
Just show up. Yeah, just show up. We know we call them the sandwich generation, right, Anna? And I know you guys probably receive a lot of calls from caregivers with questions about their loved ones and what they need. So it's just really important that we focus on those caregivers. And I think choosing a time like 5 to 7 where, they can come after work and get some of that really good information to help them.
So again, this is involved with the Older Adult Network program. That's a term that's kind of new to me, and I know that's one of the programs that falls under your umbrella.
Right.
Exactly what is that?
So the Older Adult Network is a collaboration of many senior serving organizations who come together on a regular basis to network together. So they're learning about each other's services and also helping to educate the community about the services that are available for older adults. So what I love about this symposium is many times you don't know what you don't know until you need something, and you find yourself in a situation. We talk about caregiving. You can be an 80-year-old taking care of your 80-year-old spouse. You can be a family member who lives across town who's caring for a friend. You can be a son or daughter who's caring for your parent. So the caregiving looks different across the different situations, but they all basically have the same needs. They need support from one another. You need to find out that it's okay to be angry at times because you weren't expecting your loved one to have Parkinson's and now you can't travel. That's okay. And when you hear other caregivers saying the same thing, you feel validated, like, okay, this is a normal way to feel, and you don't beat yourself up. What we're trying to do is empower our caregivers to reduce that stress. The stress of caregiving, whether it's emotional stress, physical stress of actually lifting someone in and out of the tub, or dressing them. So there's all kinds of ways that we can support our caregivers, and I love the lineup of speakers that are going to be available at the symposium. The True Alta is a fantastic resource. It's an online resource that teaches caregivers just these particular steps. So all kinds of great information for the caregivers. Day 2, we're going to be looking at all kinds of programming available to older folks to help them age successfully in their home. When we talk to our seniors in the community, many of these items that are going to be presented are issues of concern. Scams and financial exploitation are huge for older folks. We're going to have a session on that. We talk about Medicare or high cost of prescription drugs. That's a huge issue. There will be information available on that. And then, how many vendors do you have coming in?
I know at least 20 to 25, and it ranges from, senior living and in-home care. So we want you to stay independent wherever that may be, in your home, or if you are interested in, what that looks like and what we can do to keep you in your home. And the Senior Hub is not just Meals on Wheels, right? And that is, what was your slogan a couple years ago?
Meals and so much more.
So much more, right?
We're more than just a meal. We talked about that.
Right,
so
we talked about that. But
show,
there are so many things, and I know we've talked about this, and we talked about, one of the speakers at the Senior Symposium is Debbie Zwicker, that works at the Senior Hub, and she is such a resource, and she's talking about multiple of these things, the prescription assistance, Medicare versus Medicare Advantage right now with Medicare open enrollment is so important for everyone, caregivers and seniors, to know what that looks like.
I think, and I guess I can ask either of you this, but and I've always said for a decade, because I've seen it in my own family and in the world around me with other family members, one of the more difficult, I think, jobs or positions to have, and thankless job in many cases, was a caregiver. I've known that for a long time, and I think in the last 10 years it's really coming out more as more and more people are either becoming a caregiver or need a caregiver. If it's a family member, and I know you see it at hospice all the time, you see it at your place all the time, the need for that, why you have so many services for that, but I guess caregivers need to know that they're supported and cared about, and there are ways out of almost any situation they find themselves in.
You're so right, and Dawn can speak to this as well with her position with Fairhope Hospice. But at the Senior Hub, we know that caregiving is increasing. Our seniors are living longer, requiring more and more hands-on caregiving from family members because, face it, going into a nursing home is not your first option. You want to stay home. And so having a good caregiver in place, maybe it's a whole team of caregivers in place, is very important. And so at the Senior Hub, we do have a caregiver support program. And in that program, we're guiding those caregivers through those steps. And as you always heard the old saying, put your oxygen mask on yourself first if you're on an airplane and you're going down, put it on first, and then help others around you. We want to make sure that our seniors have the resources they need to be successful in that role, because like you're saying, it's a tough role. Whether you're caring for young children, people with disabilities, or an older adult, caregiving requires a lot out of you. And so the caregiver support, and especially this caregiver support and Senior Symposium, will offer all the different resources available to help you be successful.
And I know, Dawn, from your world of hospice, caregivers is that's your wheelhouse.
Yeah. So, and like we said, this is a 2-part symposium. So what's important to note is the first part is Thursday, November 13th from 5 to 7 for the caregivers. And the second part is Friday, November 14th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Senior Hub Meals on Wheels.
Will that be a different program or?
Yeah, so slightly different topics.
For somebody that couldn't make the first one?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So the second day that morning is geared more towards the seniors, but the same vendors will be set up both days. The times are just different to try to accommodate the caregivers.
So it's a third annual. Has it gotten bigger each year? I mean, from 2 to 1?
Well, I think.
Of course, we're dealing with different times right now.
We're trying in different times. So I think the second year we did it, we had less attendance because of the time change, and I think that's why we're seniors don't want to be out after dark. So I think our second year it wasn't as successful as the first year.
But you learned.
But we live and learn.
Right. That's why we're trying to do the two parts so we can accommodate the seniors. So having it in the morning, they can get out, they can come to the Senior Hub Meals on Wheels and have their lunch after they are there for the symposium.
So we encourage you to follow us on Facebook. A lot of this information is on our Facebook page, the Meals on Wheels Senior Hub Facebook page, or visit us online at the seniorhubfc.org. The flyer's available so you can see exactly the different classes that are available for the symposium.
Now this, Dawn, maybe this is yours, Older Adult Network. Is that something that's been around a while?
How long has it?
Since 1998.
I know it's a program under you.
But our old executive director, Phyllis Saylor, got this started as a way for senior serving organizations to come together to support these tough cases and help guide individuals through education and promotion. It's been going on for all these years. They've operated under the Family, Adult, and Children First Council for many years as an initiative for seniors so that we can have that voice at the table. And then it's transferred over to a program of the Senior Hub 3 years ago? 3 or 4 years ago. And so I love that it's continuing because there's strength in all that power of organizations coming together. Because what Dawn knows, she can share with someone else. What they know, they can share with Dawn, so they can all work effectively to take care of our seniors.
Well, it seems like such a natural to me, the pairing of even your basic organizations, hospice and Meals on Wheels, the Senior Hub. I think just you two coming together, you bring so many resources and so many people to the table, and I guess that's what this is about.
Right, and if you're a senior serving organization in Fairfield County, we meet the second Wednesday of every month at 831 College Avenue at 10 a.m. We start networking at 9:30 a.m. Come and see us. There's about 40 to 50 in attendance.
Really?
I mean, every agency from Adult Protective Services to assisted livings in town, in-home agencies, hospice, the Senior Hub. There are so many good support groups and senior serving agencies there. If you are one, please come.
And you'll walk away from those meetings going, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to share with the older
And that's
folks.
what you want.
Yeah, we want to learn.
Discover. And again, I'm always amazed. Well, I know a little bit more probably about Fairhope Hospice, but I'm always amazed at the things you do down there, the wraparound services, the things you do. People have no idea. Like you say, more than just meals.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always a challenge.
So we don't need any reservations for this. All we need is just to show up. So it's the November 13th from 5 to 7, and then the 14th from
10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
10 to 12, so 2 hours each time.
Yep.
Kind of you can come to one or the other. Would you say that'd be the way to do that, whatever fits your schedule? Got a big meeting room up there. You ready to go? You gonna have room? Got a seat for everybody?
We've got plenty of room.
Don't have to stand?
Don't have to stand.
Okay,
well, that'd be nice to have standing room only, but there's plenty of room, lots of vendors, lots of great information will be available.
Anna Tobin with the, I'm going to say this right, the Senior Hub Meals on Wheels. I read that so I can get it right so we don't have to edit that out. And then Dawn Walker with Fairhope Hospice. Girls, thanks for being on. Thanks for being our band of girls for the 50-year Married Club. We have
Always
a hoot down there for
pleasure.
that. These girls are the best. The organizations that they represent, Lancaster and Fairfield County is blessed to have so many great organizations like yours and helping out us. Thanks for all you do. We appreciate it. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.